Good morning and welcome.
Accompanying the captains to the middle of the field for the coin toss are today's officials, your referee, Kyle Griffin, your umpire, your benchman, head linesman, Michael Delano, Elijah, and Aaron Side Judge, PP.
Sorry about that, guys. Just had to get the right microphone. That's on me. So let's try that again. Good morning and welcome to Midwood High School. This is day 2, and we have a day full of action. A very exciting 2A matchup here. It's the number 4 WC Bryant versus number 2 boys and girls. This is Andre Johnson on the call. I will not be alone. Greg Polius will be joining me. And I'm really, really excited for this one. Boys and girls, they've had a great season. They had a really close win against Springfield last week as they were able to beat them 12-6. 5-2 in their regular season. WC Bryant 7-1, and they shocked the city last week, beating number 1 and undefeated for 2 years until they saw WC Bryant, Eagle Queens. So we're so excited to bring you guys this game, the players to watch for WC Bryant. It's all about their quarterback, Mahadi Kobasi. He's been excellent all year long, and listen to this. 677 yards passing, 11 touchdowns. Very good season. But now let me tell you this. 742 rushing yards, 7 rushing touchdowns. He's the quarterback, and he is second in the 2A in rushing yards. So it looks like WC Bryant will be kicking off. And if we're talking about boys and girls, it's all about their running backs. Number 5, Bryce Morano, 486 rushing yards, 6 touchdowns. And senior Jordan Monroe, 499 rushing yards, 8 touchdowns. Third in the 2A in touchdowns. Hopefully you guys are just as excited as I am. It's the 2A. It's WC Bryant. It's boys and girls. Midwood High School. Let's get this going, man. Takes it from about the 10. And it's a good tackle to bring him down from number 32, Edwin Abreu. He's fired up. And it's going to be 1st and 10 for boys and girls. Their quarterback is Alex Lopez. These two teams played earlier in the season. WC Bryant was able to win 30-0 in that matchup. But let's see, the quick toss, and it's a good tackle from number 6, Lorenzo Lopez. Short gain. So you know Bryant had the upper hand in the first matchup. But an interesting tidbit, the last time boys and girls were here, they were in the 3A championship, they played against DeWitt Clinton, where they lost in that game in the regular season. And then in the championship game, they got their get back. So let's see if boys and girls can replicate that from 2 years ago. 3 years ago, excuse me. I've been doing this for too long now. So it's 2nd and 10. It's going to be a heavy running attack from this team. Pitches it again to number 4. Has a bit of a lane, a better gain this time. That's Bryce Moreno. 32 again on the stop, Edwin Abreu. Third down, about a gain of 5. 3rd and 5. When you're running this kind of triple option offense, you have to be physical up front. You have to have fast running backs to get to the edge. And then you need to be able to have a quarterback who can hit that play action and throw it over the top. So let's see if they have the 3 ingredients for a winning triple option team as they toss it. And he's going to have enough and more for the first down. Look, he can go up the right sideline. There is a flag on the play. But Bryce Moreno showing off his skills there. Let's see the flag. And it looks like it's just a sideline warning. So that's going to be a great gain of about 25 to 30 for Bryce Moreno. So just like I said, is you got to be physical up front, and you got to have a guy who can go. And Mr. Moreno has proven that he can go. Excuse the sniffles, y'all. You know, holiday sickness. It's cold out here, but we got to deliver this game for you. You know how we do at Sage Media. So it's a 1st and 10 for the Kangaroos. They're going to hand it up to the up man. The fullback stays on his feet, but it's a good tackle. That's number 3, Haran, on the carry. And we are not alone. Mr. Head Referee Adrisa is with us today. So if a play happens, we're going to dial Mr. Adrisa in, head referee, to give us some insight. You're going to be here for the 4A, or are you reffing the 4A? Can you send somebody up for the 4A? What do you think? Okay, great. So it's a 2nd and 9 here after the gain of 1. And they're going to QB sneak it. And another one of the players to watch for WC Bryant is Raekwon Daniels, number 50. He was in on the stop there. You're going to see big Raekwon on defense, playing running back as well. He's a tremendous, tremendous athlete. 3rd and 5. I got his film after the podcast on Monday, and I was like, wow, this kid, he's a big kid, and he's really, really athletic. He's one of those sneaky players that a good college program is going to scoop him up, and he's going to surprise them with how versatile he can be for them. 3rd and 5. First down is the 35-yard line. They're going to hand it off to the up back. He is hit, but he's dragging players, but he will be short. Haran, tough running, but he'll be just short of the first down. Call it a 4th and 2. Something's telling me that Coach Harding is not punting here. Especially with a rushing attack that boys and girls have, there's not going to be a lot of possessions in this ball game. So it's a big 4th and 2 to open up this 2A championship. And I saw someone flinch. Yep. No, I saw the right tackle flinch. Yeah. I don't know why boys and girls was clapping. I saw the right tackle flinch. I don't know why. I'm looking at Idrissa. Boys and girls we don't even need to bring Idrissa on because we all saw him flinch. I don't know why boys and girls thought it was them. So it's going to be a 4th and 7 now. Idrissa saying it might have been reverse psychology trying to dupe the refs. So it's going to be a 4th and 7. Let's see if Mr. Lopez, only a sophomore, let's see if he puts it in the air here. Another big play for a triple option offense is a counter. I'm not really seeing them. They could line up with a counter to the running to the left. He's going to throw. Mr. Lopez throws it to the right, and it should have been caught from number 11, Mr. Falls. WC Bryant will get the ball on the turnover of downs. So it's going to be a 1st and 10 for WC Bryant. And Mr. Kobayashi, my first time getting to see him. If you guys follow the podcast, which you should, and also make sure you like the stream, make sure you leave comments. All that engagement will be very, very important today with the YouTube algorithm. My co-host on the podcast, Jared Veluzzi, he's been telling me about Mr. Kobayashi all year long. He was missing the first time they played Eagle Queens. And here he goes. He's going to run it. Has a lot of room. Blocker in front of him. You see the vision. You see the skills. And there he goes as advertised. There is a flag on the play, though. So this one will most likely be coming back for holding, but should be more than enough for a first down. So Mr. Kobayashi, you see the skills. You see why he rushed for over 700 yards. And like I was saying before, he was missing in that the first Eagle Queens matchup. I don't think it was a coincidence. When he showed up, that result was different. And to be honest with you, that is the biggest win across the entire New York City. I think the biggest win is definitely Farrell over Iona Prep, right? That's the biggest win of the whole entire year. I honestly think WC Bryant over Eagle 3 is number 2 as far as a matchup that you didn't expect one team to win. So it's 1st and 10 on the 45-yard line. Trips to the top of the screen, and look at big number 50. Raekwon Daniels in that Wildcat, and you see him dragging players for a gain of about 7. Listen, I don't know if I'm going to want to tackle him. It's cold. Tomorrow's going to be December. Coach knows, put Mr. Raekwon Daniels in at the quarterback, and let's see what he can do. So Kobayashi and Raekwon at quarterback. That's a tough combination. So it's going to be a 2nd and 3. And one thing I love, Raekwon sent me a video, and it was like, "Hi, my name is Raekwon Daniels, and I can do it all." And we see that. We saw him making tackles at defensive tackle. So just so you guys know, there's quite a bit of obstructions ahead of us. But let's say Mr. Kobayashi, that's a good tackle. Could have been more, but that's going to be a WC Bryant first down. So we do have 3 cameras going today, but there's quite a few obstructions. We have the poles here at Midwood. We have the lights at Midwood. They have lights just in case the 4A game goes long. Tottenville versus Erasmus Hall, if you're living under a rock. I don't know how you could not know that game is kicking off at 1 p.m. live on Sage Media. So we'll be doing our best. This isn't our first rodeo, so we'll make sure we give you guys the correct angles. And first timeout of the game is boys and girls. So this live stream is brought to you by the PSAL. You're watching PSAL action. To stay up to date with game schedules, results, players, and player stats, visit the PSAL's official website at www.psal.org Want more highlights and full game coverage? Subscribe to the PSAL YouTube channel and catch all the action on demand. The tag is at NYCPSAL1903. And don't forget the PSAL on social media at NYCPSAL on Instagram, X, and Threads for the latest updates, stories, and highlights. That's at NYCPSAL. So I'm actually going to have head referee Adrisa. So just as players, coaches, they feel it's a big game, they're a bit nervous. Is it the same for the referees?
Oh, absolutely, because you work just as hard as everybody else, and you want to get selected for the big game.
Oh, yeah.
And you also don't want to mess it up for the players, so we get the same nerves.
There it goes, Mr. Kobayashi. That's another flag. So real quick, is that in the area of holding from the back judge, would you say?
Well, I can't see because of this obstruction right here.
we're dealing with obstructions everywhere. Pretty sure it came. Yeah, so it was going to be a holding on Bryant. What are the main things you guys look for while holding?
Material, grab, and restrict. It has to be at the point of attack. So if you're holding at the 30 on the left side, it plays all over there. That'll be a talking to. And it has to be advantage, disadvantage. So if I hold you and you still make the tackle, I'm not going to throw that. That's just a waste of flag. But if I hold you and you break free, then you got an advantage off the hold.
Yes. So as you guys can see, we have a huge set of lights right in front of our camera. So again, we're trying our best. So again, we do have multiple camera angles, so we're gonna do our best here. Raekwon to throws it deep, and it is caught by Mr. Kobayashi. Touchdown, WC Bryant. Are you serious? Raekwon Daniels to the quarterback, Mr. Kobayashi. Wow. That is just tremendous. What did I say? Raekwon Daniels can do it all. Listen, I didn't know he could throw like that. That was a dot, dude. That was an absolute dot. So here's Raekwon still at quarterback. He's going to take it. He's just going to go right up the middle for an easy 2-point conversion. Our score is 8-0. So let's go to the replay. I mean, look at this throw. And look at that catch, too, from Mr. Kobayashi. I mean, the combination of these two players, we got to revise some of our lists at the end of the year because these two players are absolutely tremendous. And that's why WC Bryant find themselves in a two-way championship with an 8-point lead. So go ahead.
What I noticed there was the referee was at the goal line, right at the point, make the call.
And that's the advantage of having 7 referees, right?
Absolutely.
So let's say there were 3 referees, like it is for a typical PSAL game.
4.
Where would the referees be set up?
So we would have the white hat, who's the head referee, to the right side of the quarterback. And then you have
behind the quarterback, right?
Behind the quarterback, okay. About 15 yards deep. Then you have your short wings. The head linesman has the chains. The line judge has the clock. They're at the line of scrimmage. And then you have an umpire behind the defensive line. Okay.
Thank you for that. And there he goes. That's a good return. And man, Raekwon Daniels, he gets he throws the touchdown, gets a 2-point conversion, and he makes a good tackle.
Michael Montz on the kickoff return.
So before you go to them, you got to say like, ready, Cora, like, hey, you're hot. Don't just tell them, hey, you're hot, by the way. Okay? Make sense? So again, 1st and 10. The lights are at about the 40-yard line, and that's pretty much the only place we can set up our camera. So we're going to go flat. Once it's on the 40-yard line. As it's a reverse to number 11, has a bit of a lane, and that's a good tackle. Second down.
Upended at the boys and girls 42-yard line. Gain of 4, 2nd and 6.
So it's a 2nd and 6. Unbalanced to the right. They could do a double handoff to number 24. Has a bit of a lane. Look at him go up the middle of the field. Good run from Lamont Walker. That'll be a 1st down for boys and girls.
Lamont Walker brings the ball into Bryant territory. Good enough for Kangaroos. 1st down. 1st and 10, boys and girls. From the Bryant 43-yard line.
So 1st and 10 for boys and girls. Can hand it off to number 3 to the up back. Tough running, still on his feet. That's a good game of about 6 or 7 for Mr. Heron.
That was
Heron Narain. Tough running, feeling it a bit. Let's see if he has to go down, unfortunately. So here at Sage Media, when a player is injured, we like to take the camera off of them.
Officials timeout for an injury.
So again, this game is brought to you by the PSAL. You're watching PSAL action. To stay up to date with game schedules, results, player stats, and championship brackets, visit the PSAL's official website at www.psal.org. Want more highlights and full game coverage? Subscribe to the PSAL YouTube channel and catch all the action on demand. The tag is at NYCPSAL1903. And don't forget to follow the PSAL on social media at NYCPSAL on Instagram, X, and Threads. For the latest updates, stories, and highlights, that's NYCPSAL. So here we go. 2nd and 3 for the Kangaroos. Looking to claim their 2nd PSAL championship in about 3 years. Let's call it 4 years, excuse me. Hands it off to Mr. Moreno. Has a blocker in front of him. Still on his feet. Almost broke out there. Great run from Bryce Moreno. And that looks like that will be the end of the 1st quarter. our score in the PSAL 2A championship is WC Bryant 8, boys and girls nothing. So we're just under 200 people on a Sunday morning. We're competing with the Premier League if you're a European soccer fan. We're going to be competing with the NFL later. But it's all good. You can do it all, man. You can have us on your cell phone, on a little laptop, iPad, however it works. Just make sure you tap in with the PSAL and Sage Media. And like I said, I am not alone. Mr. Greg Polius is here, just getting him set up.
Morning.
Hold on. Say that again, sir.
Said good morning.
As he hands it off to the up back, has a good lane. Look at him dragging players head-on. So, Mr. Polius, good morning. How's it going, man?
It's been a very hectic morning.
Oh, for all of us, trust me. So we have a triple option team going up against, I would say, just a standard spread offense. But what you're going to see on the WC Bryant side is one of the best athletes in all of New York City, in all of New York City, number 50, Raekwon Daniels. You see him at D tackle. Would you believe if I told you he has thrown a dot for a touchdown in this game?
Do you know why I believe you? Because I was watching it as I came in, and it absolutely was a dot. That was very impressive.
This is going to be a false start on boys and girls there. And guess who he threw it to? The actual quarterback, Mr. Kobiesi.
Kobiesi or Kobesi?
I think it's Kobiesi. I will confirm that at half.
I know coming into this game, a lot of people think Kobesi is a one-man band, but apparently Raekwon Daniels had something to say about that.
He has recorded tackles. He's rushed it. He has a 2-point conversion. He has a passing touchdown. It's tremendous. So it's a 1st and 15. Handed off to the counter. There goes Mr. Moreno. Gets more than the penalty back on that run.
I mean, with a triple option offense, you can almost assume that they're going to run the ball. So I wouldn't be surprised if Bryant brings their safeties down here, try to stack the box, and prevent this run.
Handoff to number 4, Mr. Moreno, and he gets in. Touchdown, boys and girls.
That's a great job by the offensive line. I don't know if you saw that, but that hole looked like Moses parted the Red Sea. And Moreno was able to just waltz into the end zone.
Bryce Moreno has been the workhorse for boys and girls all day, so it only makes sense that he's the one to cash the check.
Two-point conversion attempt here. Lopez on the center.
Hands it off, and tie ball game. Mr. Moreno gets into the end zone.
Dre, have you ever seen a quarterback under center get as low as Lopez?
I don't think I have, honestly. But I've seen it in the triple option before. And I'm sure there's a bunch of people been yelling at me at home. I want to apologize. Number 6, I have my numbers mixed up. Number 6 is Lorenzo Lopez. He was the one who caught the touchdown. So that's my apologies on that.
For Bryant.
Yes. I thought it was number 1 who caught that touchdown. You're good. You're good. So to recap, Bryce Moreno, he just scored the touchdown. Number 50, Raekwon Daniels. Excuse me, guys. Raekwon Daniels threw an absolute dot to number 6, Lorenzo Lopez.
Backbeat for Bryant, number 6, Lorenzo Lopez, and number 11, Adam Cooley.
Kicks it deep, and it goes into the end zone.
It's a good kick right there.
Bryant takes over, 1st and 10 at their own 20.
Now Bryant has to go 80 yards, but with this combination of Kobesi and Daniels, seems like this offense is up to the task.
No, I think we're in for a really exciting game, man, and especially for boys and girls. They're thinking get back, man. They lost 30-0 earlier in the season to WC Bryant. They've had that on their mind this whole year. I'm sure they wanted their get back against Eagle Queens as well, but they said, you know what, WC Bryant, we had a bone to pick with you too, so this works.
I have a teammate that plays semi-pro with me that went to Bryant, was at the game. He said it was so electric on that upset victory over Eagle Queens.
And I said it earlier. I think the number 1 win as far as upsets go in New York, at least in New York City, has been Monsignor Farrell over Iona Prep earlier in the season. But WC Bryant, ball's on the ground. Who has it? It's 2nd down.
Got to be careful there. Ball security, we saw that in yesterday's games. Ball security is of the utmost importance in championship games because it can literally change the complexion and momentum of a game in a moment's notice.
I want to see something. Is Lorenzo Lopez? No. Is he in at quarterback? Okay, now I see why I got confused. Excuse me. So Kobe Essie is number 1, the quarterback, but he's not in the game. So that's a timeout for WC Bryant. So apologies for everyone at home. Mr. Kobe Essie hasn't been in the game. That's what threw me off. So Lorenzo Lopez has been playing quarterback. So I'll go down at halftime to see what's going on there. Greg, one thing I was saying earlier is that, Mr. Kobiesi, he's rushed for over 700 yards as a quarterback.
He's tied for 2nd in the 2A,
right,
in rushing yards at quarterback, and he's top 5 in rushing TDs. Very much dual threat.
Okay, so I see what's going on. So Kobiesi is in the game, right? But they are like switching. Sometimes it's number 6 at quarterback. Sometimes, obviously, it's Raekwon Daniels at quarterback. So let me lock in. Where's my coffee? Let me have my sip of coffee because I need to make sure I'm looking at these numbers correctly. Oh, okay. So Kobiesi is lining up at receiver. No, that's number 11. Excuse me.
No, he's there. There he is on the outside.
He is there. Oh, what? WC Bryant is throwing me a curveball for real. So Lopez on the run. Hey, look at him go. Has one to beat. Can he get to the outside? No, but more than enough for a first down. Mr. Lopez, a gain of about 18. Idrissa has some sympathy for me. He said, now you know how I feel when I call out the wrong numbers. So if you guys don't know, we're, I don't know what do you call this, a couple of 100 feet away. Very beautiful press box here at Midwood, but sometimes the jerseys are a little difficult to see the numbers. You got a number 1, you have a number 1, but then when he turns a bit, you see he's at number 11. They're switching quarterbacks. There is a player down, so that's why we have the camera off them, because, we like to have the camera off the young men when they're having an issue. So, Mr. Polius, when you heard Eagle Queens lost to WC Bryant, what was it? Did you believe it, first of all?
No, I didn't. I was perusing through social media, and I saw my friend's feed and a whole bunch of Bryant players coming out screaming and celebrating. I'm like, wait a minute. This can't be right. This doesn't make sense. And then I looked at the score, and I said, wow. And before, I wasn't even thinking about Catholic League. So this has to be the upset of the city. Because if you look at the standings, Eagle 3 had the leaders in virtually every category.
I think they had given up 6 points
in the entire year in 8 games.
Yeah, and, they undefeated the defending champions in the 2A. WC Bryant said, we don't care about any of that. We're not hearing that. It's our year. Raekwon Daniels looking to throw. Throws it up. And it's incomplete. And there are a bunch of flags on the play. Pass was intended for number 7, Casamoy.
So I have a question for head ref Idrissa.
Let's get him his headset first.
Would that, I know it's pass interference, but would that be deemed a catchable ball?
Yeah. That's a great question. So in high school, we don't have catchable and uncatchable. So that's a college and NFL rule.
Okay, good to know. Appreciate that. Thank you.
Yes, sir.
And that's a great insight, because I did not know that either. I did think that catchable and uncatchable comes into play.
Also, I got to say, I don't think in all my years of watching football I've ever seen a defensive tackle drop back and 3-step drop and look to throw a bomb down the field. It's impressive. And he's still in there at quarterback. Takes a snap, drops back, looks left, and he throws a bomb. And if his receiver, Adam, kept running on that route, he might have had 6. That was a great throw right there by Daniels. Dre, wish we had, I don't know if we have replay. I know we usually do it for great plays, but that was a great throw, and for some reason the receiver stopped on the route, and I can't understand why.
No, I completely agree. So we'll see what happens on second down here. So again, we're dealing with quite the obstruction. We'll probably try to figure out a different solution for the 4A. Maybe we'll move this at at halftime. But pretty much wherever we turn the camera, this light is going to be in the way. Ball's on the ground and is recovered.
I don't know what it is. I don't know if it's the cold weather or what. But guys, yesterday and today have been carrying that ball like it's a hot potato.
So it's a third down. It's called 3rd and 11.
Loss of 1 on the play, 3rd and 11. From the 27-yard line.
You know what I'll do? I'll probably going to go at halftime. I'm going to ask the policeman just to lower this. Lower it until we need it. Because no matter where I move this is why I wish I had the chat. But no matter where I move the camera, it's going to be in the way. So that should be the 4-minute warning.
Looks like they signaled timeout Bryant.
Oh, excuse me. I didn't see that. Timeout Bryant. You see, my mind is in 100 places. I'm trying to figure out what to do with this camera.
No worries.
But go ahead. What do you see from this drive, Greg?
So, one, I see that they're obviously trying to beat boys and girls deep. There's something they see in the back end of their secondary that they think they can exploit. I mean, that last play was a draw. That was a missed handoff. I do like they're trying to balance out the run and the pass. The execution, however, could be a little better.
Yeah, I think that they should stick with the run until boys and girls prove that they can stop it. No matter who the quarterback has been, they've been successful running.
That being said, like I said, if Adam kept running down the sideline and didn't, stop on his route, we're also waiting for boys and girls to get the ball and get back on offense because that's a touchdown. Big down right here on both sides of the ball. Third and 11. Do you see them going back to the run or do you see them drop back and pass? Let's see who's that quarterback.
So it's Raekwon Daniels in that quarterback. In an empty backfield.
And Kobesi one-on-one at the top of the screen.
Bad snap. He has to fall on it. He picks it up. And they avoid catastrophe. I don't think the snap was bad. I think Raekwon just mishandled that.
I think he just missed it. I think he tried to go before the ball was even in his hands. And, yeah. So when you try to move without the ball, those type of things happen. But now you try to flip the field, you try to get a punt.
I'm surprised Mr. Daniels isn't the punter, honestly. I am so surprised Raekwon Daniels is not the punter.
Not another Bugs Bunny reference 2 days in a row. That's a short punt, and it looks like it's going to stay on the Bryant side of the field.
It was the ball was testing you there, Greg.
Right?
I saw a bead of sweat drip down Greg's face. He's like, yeah.
It's like it heard me talking.
So right at midfield, boys and girls will take over. 6:02 left in this ball game, in this first half, excuse me.
Dre, we know a triple option offense. You know what's coming. How does Bryant stop it?
So it's all about your front. Let's see, they're playing a front four. It's all about what this front four can do. That's the first thing. Can you be aggressive, and can they're going to be pulling people. Can you beat your man, take on the puller? That's the first thing. And then it's all about the linebackers. You have to fill the hole. It's assignment football. Timeout, boys and girls. It's all about assignment football. If your assignment is the pitch man, go to the pitch man. Don't try to be a hero and try to make a tackle on the up back. If your assignment is the pitch, go get the pitch. So it's all about the D line wreaking havoc, and then it's about everyone else playing assignment football, Greg.
I like that. Assignment football.
Yeah, I mean, I just had a flashback. If you guys aren't aware, I am a product of the Catholic League, played over at Kellenberg in Uniondale. So congratulations, by the way, to Xavier High School, coached by Dom DeFlacco, as they're able to win the Catholic AA2 championship. But talking about assignment football, man, playing against Xavier is tough because they run like a real wing tee where they'll have like an unbalanced line, then they'll pull three people to the other side. It is crazy what Xavier does.
I don't know if it's harder defending that or calling it in front of Booth.
Oh, both. Both. Way easier because of your vantage point to call it. But, yeah, playing defense is awful. So that's going to be a 2nd and 7 after the short game. So it's all about the defense being able to really be aggressive at the point of attack. even if the guy in front of you is down blocking, you have to expect another player to come pull.
So I have a theory in this game after this play.
Hands it off to Moreno, and that's a very, very good tackle from number 77, Hussein.
I have a theory. The team with the most takeaways is going to win this game.
Yeah, you know, the turnover battle is always so important, especially in championship-level play.
Because initially it struck me as the team who's going to have the ball last will win. But the way his ball security has kind of been an issue on the Bryant side. You know, on that last drive, I have a feeling it's going to come down to turnovers.
So it's a 3rd and 5. Timeout, boys and girls. That should be their final timeout.
That might come back. Oh, well, the 4-minute warning is coming up.
Oh, let's put you on, Idrissa, on. So talk about that 4-minute warning again.
So, yes, when we have a visible timer up there, we don't give the 4-minute warning. We only do that because there's no visible clock for them to see. Now, you see NFL, college, they have a 2-minute timeout, 2-minute warning. The reason we do the 4 minutes because we usually don't have a clock up there that you can see.
Idrissa, I did not know that, and I've definitely yelled at you guys saying, "Oh, no one stopped it for the 4-minute." He goes, "Oh, I heard."
I've heard that a lot of times. That's why I thought let me clarify that.
Even if visible, right? You know, somebody may not pay attention. Why not give the warning?
Because the coaches should be aware and know what's going on with the clock status during the game. So
okay.
Idrissa, really appreciate that. So it's a 3rd and 5. Hands it off to Mr. Moreno. Has a bit of a lane, more than enough for a kangaroo first down.
And here's the thing. If you keep your eyes in the backfield, I think you'll get lost on defense. You really have to follow the ball. And Lopez is doing a good job disguising his handoffs. Also, Moreno's very shifty, and he kind of slithers into those little openings before he explodes for more yardage.
So it's a 1st and 10. Hand it off to the up back. Good gain of about 5. I like Heron.
He reminds me of the neck roll. He reminds me of a fullback. I'm trying to place it. I can't remember. I think he played for the Chargers. Is it Natron Means?
Lorenzo Neal.
Yes. There it is.
God,
Lorenzo Neal.
That was just my era of football, man. I just don't know any players anymore. It's aging, isn't it?
Says the younger guy.
Oh, hands it off. It's a good gain. Should be close for a first down.
And similar to something we spoke about yesterday, Dre, a team that runs the ball this effectively, what it does is it keeps the opposing offense off the field. You mentioned that Bryant beat boys and girls 30-0 early in the year. How do you keep opponent offense off the field? You run the ball. And this is what boys and girls are doing right here. And I'm sure their goal is to score without Bryant getting the ball back until the second half.
Listen, when you have – oh, man, they are lowering the light, y'all. Last year, they put a scaffolding in front of us. This year, it's a light. But justice has been served. And there's going to be a flag on the play.
That might be a legal block in the back. Shout out to head ref Idrissa for making the call for the lights.
So, you know, we have a celebrity in the building, Mr. Idrissa, getting those lights pulled down. But question on that. So can you explain a block and a black, especially on during offense? Because, you know, you think of it more as a call on special teams. But we've been seeing it more on offense as well.
So, yes, in order to have a legal block, you have to be in the frame and you have to be in front of the blocker. So if their back is turned to you, your initial push cannot be from behind because they can't defend themselves. That's a safety hazard, and that's why it's a penalty.
So it's
now, if you start in front and then they turn, then that's fine.
So if you see their back, or so if you see their shoulder pad,
side is fine, in front
side
is
fine,
back is no bueno.
Okay. And then can you talk about how they're trying to, we used to call like a crackback block or hitting a defenseless player. So what's the definition of a defenseless player?
As the term says, it's in the name defenseless. So if you're in a posture where you can't defend yourself or you don't see it in time, then you're defenseless. And in order to have those kind of blocks, it has to be open hands. You can't hit them with your shoulder or anything else.
A cavalry in front of him, another flag, another great run from Heron. But this one might be coming back.
Yeah, I think they're going to have a hole on the outside. And it just really wasn't necessary because he had his man beat.
So, yes, it will be a holding on boys and girls shooting themselves in the foot.
And Moreno points to himself because he knows what he did.
And another thing about a triple option offense, just as you said, Moreno being a lead blocker, you have to be a very selfless player. You're the running back, you got to go throw a block. You're the fullback, sometimes you got to, take the ball. Instead, you're used to taking the dive, sometimes if you're the fullback, you don't get the toss all the time. You got to run dive all the time. So you really have to be a selfless player to play in this style of offense.
100%. And you know who has to probably be the most selfless of all? The quarterback.
Oh, you're so right. So right there.
You're handing the ball off almost 30-plus times a game. Kind of makes your job obsolete a little bit.
So it's let's call it a 3rd and 18. See what kind of offense they can dial up here. They're just going to throw it, and it is intercepted by Mr. Lopez. 20, 10, 5, house call. Touchdown, WC Bryant.
Pick 6 before the half is backbreaking. And here's the thing about the triple option offense. You're so used to running the ball that a quarterback throwing the ball is not necessarily in rhythm. And what he did on that particular play is he stared down his receiver. He stared down his receiver, and essentially it allowed Lopez from Bryant to just play pitch and catch, jump the route, and make a house call right there. So Alexander Lopez on the boys and girls side, the quarterback, I think boys and girls needs to get him, a couple more drop backs and feel a little more comfortable in this game so he doesn't run into the situation again where he's really, one read, I'm going to stare down that read, and I'm going to try to get him that ball no matter what the defense is in that situation. As the rain starts to fall on the field here, we're going to see if that plays any role in this game. And there goes that man again. Raekwon Daniels completes the 2-point conversion as he bullets his way into the end zone.
I mean, a pick 6 right at the end of the half. Man, that's one of those plays, like, if WC Bryant are able to finish this game, we're going to think back to that pick 6, Greg.
Oh, that's definitely going to be a play that, we're going to come back to, especially, like I said, before the half. If boys and girls can't score here in this next minute 10, and so one of the things I was saying with the triple option is it doesn't allow the quarterback to get in a throwing rhythm. That's one. And the other part of it is your drives are very long. So the positives, you keep the offense off the field. But if you get down big, your drives take up too much time to try to mount the comeback.
WC Bryant back in the lead. Stoppage in play here.
And the other thing to note, I don't think boys and girls has any more timeouts.
Correct? Greg, I am so happy there is no longer a gigantic light at the 40-yard line. Aren't you happy, man?
I am happy.
Kicks it deep. Lets it bounce. Lucky bounce right into his stomach. There goes number 12. Decent game. Ooh, he took a bad hit there. Hopefully he's okay. Got twisted up.
That was Michael Montz on the return. Yeah, the bounce was weird because he definitely could have caught that on a fly going full speed.
Yeah, I was a little nervous. He kind of got sandwiched there by two players, but he looks to be okay.
If you're boys and girls, do you try to go back to throwing the ball? Because, again, you have no timeouts, you have a minute left. Or do you try to hope one of your big running backs breaks a big one?
I think I run my counter. I think I run a counter. I run a toss. If we get good yardage, let's keep it going. Maybe make a throw.
Lopez on the center. There's your toss to Moreno. And good job sniffing that out by Bryant. Gain of maybe 6 yards.
Good job by Jason on the tackle for WC Bryant.
It's going to be 2nd and 4.
Under a minute in the first half of this 2A championship game.
Another toss.
Tosses it. Good game for Mr. Moreno.
And most importantly, they kept him in bounds. You know what, Dre? I said something about the triple option. I got to take it back. I said the quarterback has to be most selfless. Nope, the receivers.
Definitely the
The
receivers.
receivers got to be the most selfless in the triple option. I take it back.
It was a false start.
That was a very intense clock right there.
Yeah.
My quarterback bias was taking over.
Did you see the guard moved too, actually, but he flinched, but it's okay. So it's going to be 2nd down here.
Looks like they may only have time for 1, maybe 2 plays.
The official clock says 2 seconds, 1.9, rounding up. So here, do we see how far Mr. Lopez can throw?
Got the prevent defense going on.
So let's see. Last play of this first half. Balls on the ground. Recovered by boys and girls. But that will be it for the first half of the 2A championship. Our score is 16-8, courtesy of 2 touchdowns from Lorenzo Lopez. 1 semi-head tap and another pick 6. This is Andre Johnson and Greg Polius on the call. We will see you on the other side of halftime. So. All right. Welcome to the second half of the PSAL 2A Championship. Our score is WC Bryant 16, boys and girls 8. This is Andre Johnson alongside Greg Polius. Greg, just summarize that half, man.
A lot of, you know what? It was a different half for both teams, right? You had boys and girls who kept it on the ground, scored the equalizer after the Raquan Daniels dime of a touchdown. Bryant scoring through the air and on a pick six. So a little bit of, both phases of the game right there for Bryant, whereas boys and girls has been relentless on the ground. And you have, Bryce Moreno with 91 yards on 10 carries and a TD. Interesting to see how this second half is going to play out. It could go either direction right now.
Either direction. What's on the line? A PSAL 2A championship. Both teams had thrillers in the semifinal. You know they want to finish. Boys and girls are ready to kick off. A champion will be crowned. Has to pick it up. Finally does. Still up the left sideline. There's a flag on the play. Goes down at the 30. Let's see what the flag is.
Probably going to be coming back. Either a hold. Yep, it's going to be coming back.
That was Casanova Bauda on the return. There is a flag on the play.
So now Bryant has to go the length of the field. Interesting to see who comes out and plays quarterback for Bryant. The way Raquan Daniels is walking, it looks like it's going to be him. But then you never know. He might be the up back. He might be the running back.
Bryant starts from there, first and 10.
It'll be first and 10 from the 18-yard line. Also, Lorenzo Lopez, have yourself a first half. 1 TD on a 39-yard reception and then a 54-yard pick six.
It's just tremendous. It's just tremendous, man. It's been all Mr. Lopez. Kobayashi is in at quarterback.
It's like man coverage all around.
He's going to
takes off, and he's hit hard for a short gain.
Probably gain of about 2. Let's call it 2nd and 8.
I mean, it's interesting. You don't see too many teams come out and man immediately with the spread. So I'm wondering if one of these receivers can beat their man off the line, if he's going to drop back and try to throw a bomb.
Yeah, we see Mr. Lorenzo Lopez is very capable of it.
Bessie in the shotgun, empty backfield, 4 wide receiver set, takes a snap, and he takes off to the right side, sees the hole, gets upfield, and he has a first down and a couple more. And a Bryant crowd loving it as Kobesi is fired up. It's a Bryant first down as the sticks move. Taking their time to call the play. Time is on Bryant's side with this 8-point lead. The other thing you got to watch out for is, I know you see it in the NFL with Pat Mahomes, a little stutter run and then that jump pass. Trips. Oh, nope. 3 wide receiver set. As Lopez in motion, takes a snap, and the ball is fumbled, and he has to fall on it.
Even though we see
it looks like boys and girls came up with it. However, I'm wondering if the whistle was blown when Kobesi already fell on it. And then, oh, no, they're going to give it to boys and girls.
Wow, I was thinking that since maybe Kobesi fell on it, They called him down in the recovery, and then the boys and girls player came and snatched it out. I thought they were going to give it to WC Bryant, but what a turn of events, especially at this point in the game, Greg.
Oh, man. Unfortunately, head ref Idrissa had to go
just
down
left.
and get dressed for the next game, but that would have been, nice to have him speak on that. But what did we say in the first half, Dre? Ball security matters, and the team that's going to win this game is a team that commits the least amount of turnovers. Lopez on the center. Takes a snap, hands it off, and he's just barreling, carrying defenders for about 20 yards right there.
Heron is just an incredible, incredible player. Nose for the ball, nose for the end zone. Mr. Heron will drag whoever he needs to drag to get that first down and more for this Kangaroos team.
That was impressive. He had about maybe 3 or 4 Bryant defenders on his back trying to bring him down.
And that's the determination you need. You're trying to win a PSAL championship, man. Can't leave anything on the field.
Yeah, Narayan and Moreno in the backfield right now. Lopez on the center. Takes a snap. Another handoff to Narayan. Sidesteps a man. Gets hit. Still on his feet. And finally, he's brought down.
One of the toughest 2-yard gains you'll see.
Cam Scatterboo-esque, minus leading with the helmet.
No, when you're playing this wing T offense, you need to have that fullback to be tough as nails. He's going to take dive, time after time. He's going to be getting hit by the middle linebackers. You got to look at him and say, go do it again, sir. And that's exactly what Heron's been doing.
Would you put 5 down linemen to try to stop it?
Multiple teams counter the wing T in different ways. Some people like having more people standing up so you can kind of see what's going on. Some people like having more hands in the ground to disrupt.
Oh, good cutback right there from Moreno. And he's into the end zone. Touchdown, boys and girls.
I mean, it's just tremendous. He slithers, he jumps, he gets into the end zone. Boys and girls have the opportunity to tie this ball game up.
And right there, you see how turnovers can kill you, especially turnovers inside your own 30. Because you immediately put the other team one play away from the red zone.
So this is such a crucial 2-point conversion here. You have to convert. I feel like it always comes back to haunt you if you leave points on the board, especially in a championship game.
Man, I would go with a goal line defense right here.
Looks like they're going to remain with 4 down linemen, creeping up the linebackers. Such an important 2-point conversion here. Coach Harden switching up the play. Unbalanced left, Greg.
I see that. And Lopez takes the snap, hands it off, and that's too easy right there as Lamont Walker waltzes in for the 2-point conversion. And now we are tied at 16. This game is going to be a barn burner here in the second half.
Absolutely, and it's brought to you by the PSAL. You're watching PSAL action. To stay up to date with game schedules, results, player stats, and championship brackets, visit the PSAL's official website at www.psal.org. Want more highlights and full game coverage? Subscribe to the PSL YouTube channel and catch all the action on demand. The tag is at NYCPSAL1903. And don't forget to follow the PSAL on social media at NYCPSAL on Instagram, X, and Threads. Really appreciate the PSAL always trusting us with the highest value product And that's what we're watching right here. It's the 2A championship. You know what's coming next at 1 p.m. The 4A Tottenville versus Erasmus Hall.
A little bit of a squib kick, and he falls on it after not being able to corral it initially. Looks like Bryant's going to take over at the 46-yard line.
So let's see. The previous drive stalled because of the Kobayashi fumble. Tie ball game now. The Kangaroo faithful are trying to get up. I see the WC Bryant faithful got their cheerleaders. It's a great atmosphere. It's always a great atmosphere at Midwood, man.
And let's see if the rain continues to play a factor in ball security. Kobayashi in a shotgun with Buddha, and he takes a snap. Cuts upfield. That's probably going to be coming back as there's a flag on the play. And there's going to be a holding. Now, in a tie game, Dre, penalties and ball security got to be the most important thing. What do you think?
You know what? It's the second most important thing. Composure is the most important thing. There are going to be ups and downs in a football game. You know, some of these players, it's their last time playing for their school as seniors. Some of these players, it's their last time playing football, putting those shoulder pads on. So composure is the most important things. There are going to be ups and downs in a football game. Flags, drop passes. It's a cliche, but it's a cliche for a reason. Next play, next play.
I agree with you 100%. Composure is huge.
Got to clean up those flags, too, though. You're not wrong.
Wesley takes the snap, takes the handoff, and he gets hit hard after maybe a gain of 2. I think boys and girls is hip to the fact that Kobayashi will run before he throws.
It was a good tackle from number 3, Haran.
Haran was one of the leading tacklers in all of the 2A. I believe he comprised around 70 tackles.
Just tremendous, man. 70 tackles. No matter what the league, what the division, 70 tackles is 70 tackles, Greg.
Oh, 100%.
He's going to throw here.
And on that throw, that was actually Raekwon Dixon. I got caught watching because I thought he was going to run the ball and threw a little bit of a Peyton Manning duck right there. And he had an open man, so the play call was great, but the execution just wasn't there.
Yeah, Mr. Daniels, you know, he can do it all. You know, he hasn't thrown great since that dot to Mr. Lopez in the first quarter. But you see WC Bryant, they are opening up the playbook. They're not leaving anything left. They're not leaving anything on this field.
I just expected him to be kind of a boulder on that and just run people over.
You know, Raekwon is definitely going to want that throw back. You know, number 11, Mr. Adam, he was wide open, honestly. A better throw, he's walking in for 6.
Absolutely. It was a great play call. And Raekwon's the one taking the snap right here. He drops back. And he throws another bomb that's underthrown. And this time, almost picked off right there, and it's dropped as Adam ends up playing defense.
There's Dion Phillips on the pass breakup.
So now, are you wondering because has Kobayashi attempted a pass?
No, and it's very clear that it seems like when Raekwon is in at quarterback, he's throwing it deep. So there might be an injury concern there. Ball on the ground, gets the punt off.
But there's going to be a flag on the play. It's going to be a false start. They're going to have to re-kick this. or they're just going to accept it on the offensive side for boys and girls. Oh, man, you spoiled me, Dre, because I was about to turn and ask head referee Drisa a question, and he's not here.
We're going to try to get another referee in for the 4A. Head ref Drisa had to go get ready for that game where he'll be reffing.
It looks like the referees are trying to figure out where they need to spot the ball.
You know, it's crucial here. I mean, this is winning time, you know. Halfway through the third quarter in this championship game.
This is a very pivotal drive. More so for Bryant, in my opinion, than boys and girls, because boys and girls have already shown they can run the ball with authority. But can Bryant stop them? That's the key. Can they stop the run?
And I just want to remind everyone, the first time it looks like that penalty actually is going to be on WC Bryant. I just want to remind everyone, the last time these two teams played, the score was 30-0. And we see, that's why, again, a cliche in sports, it's so hard to beat a team twice. Because I would say boys and girls is in control of this game right now.
I agree. And just so the people out there know, the punt went out at the 43-yard line, but based on a false start, they moved it up 5 yards. So boys and girls are going to start 1st and 10 at the 48-yard line on their side of the field. Lopez on the center. Hands off to Moreno, and he's swallowed in the backfield by who else but Raekwon Daniels.
Like I said, he can throw it, he can run it. But I honestly think his position at the next level is going to be somewhere on defense. Someone of that size and that athleticism. Like I said, any college coach would be lucky to have Mr. Raekwon Daniels on their roster.
I could see him profiling as a linebacker.
Yeah, no, I definitely can. You can clearly see he has the athleticism for it. You know, get him in a weight room program.
Yeah.
You have a good player there.
Like outside linebacker, edge rusher type of hybrid player. In that like Micah Parsons mold.
No, absolutely. And they ask a lot of these NFL defensive linemen nowadays. I mean, they're dropping back, coverage, all that. It's getting crazy.
It is getting crazy because the athleticism is just off the charts. Lopez on the center takes a snap, hands it off to Haran. And gang tackle for maybe a yard. And that's honestly how you have to tackle him.
Yeah, you know, first one there was Mr. Lopez again. You know, Lopez making plays all over the field. There is an injured player. It's like number 68 for WC Bryant. Don't have him on my roster, unfortunately. You know, at Sage Media, we like to take the camera off of the young men when they're having a moment. But he is back on his feet. That was actually number 69, Mr. Eric. He is walking off under his own power.
So 3rd and long. If you're boys and girls, do you attempt to pass or do you stick with your bread and butter?
Listen, let's play a little bit of Madden, right? We play a little bit of Madden, right?
Mm-hmm.
Absolutely not. I am not throwing the ball. After that pick six, no way. What we're going to do, we're sticking to our bread and butter. It's a wing tee. When wing tee needs 11 yards, 12 yards, run up my counter, run my toss, keep it simple.
I agree with you. I just want to see where your head was at.
So it's a 3rd and 11.
Because the other part of it is, I wouldn't be surprised if they go for it on 4th down if they get 6-7 yards here.
Absolutely. So let's see what happens, man. Let's see if they have an unbalanced line.
Play to watch here, of course, is Raekwon Daniels. See if he can get any penetration into that boys and girls backfield.
Unbalanced right.
And it's a fumble. Ball's on the ground. And he is smothered.
Just like you said, Greg. Ball security, ball security. The rain is coming down. Not so much right now, but it is slippery.
enough to make a difference. If I'm boys and girls, I'm punting it away here. Play the field position game.
No, of course.
It's like Tatsumasa back deep to receive.
Let's watch the snap.
Oh, that's a high snap. And it might have been pieced. Snap was way too high, took far too long to get to the punter. Odom, and
I think that's only
you
a
see what happens, and it's partially blocked.
I think that's only a net gain of about 10 yards on the punt.
That's usually what happens when you partially block a punt. Honestly, boys and girls is lucky the punt wasn't blocked behind
Entirely.
them.
You saw them get a tip on it?
I think there was a hand in there. Because there were like 4 or 5 hands in there before he was able to even get his leg up.
Here we go. WC Bryant, good field position on the 49-yard line of boys and girls.
Great field position. Let's see if they're going to go right back to Kurbesi running the ball. Shotgun, one up back, and he takes off immediately. First down, out of bounds. Said, I'm not taking any more unnecessary hits.
Yeah, and it looks like I think he has a bit of he's not playing at 100%. We've seen even in that first drive, Kobayashi was definitely running with a lot more explosion. So you see he's definitely putting his body on the line for this 2A championship.
He's a senior. He said, I'm not coming out of this game putting the team on my back.
And I think, I think it's very obvious this offense runs so much better with him at the helm. You have the threat of him running. You have the threat of him throwing the ball to Lopez. And then you still have that threat of Raekwon coming in. It's a tough offense to stop.
Agreed. And he takes off again. It cuts back, and it's going to be a first down.
I want to give a shout-out to number 77, Housen. Very, very good block on that play. I think he's playing tackle or guard.
You hear the Bryant faithful. When you walk in the stands, it's just a sea of yellow and blue.
No, it's great here. Like I said, Midwood always has a great atmosphere for these PSAL championship games.
And he takes a snap. He runs left again. He kind of runs into a red brick wall of defenders.
And honestly, Kobayashi did a good job holding on to that ball because
he did.
Mr. Haran, he definitely tried to punch it out there.
Noticed after the fumble, they've only run to the left side of the line. I'm sorry. Well, it would be the right side of the boys and girls line. I'm wondering if their coach saw something, Coach Vinny saw something that he wants to stick to that side.
Yeah, you got big 77 over there doing a tremendous job on the run block. And honestly, on Kobayashi's big run in the first drive, it was also on the left as well. So they definitely see an advantage on their side of the offense there. Here the defense chants have begun for boys and girls. They know how important this is to get a stop.
And it's going to be a timeout, Bryant. Looks like there's a little bit of miscommunication, and they're going to try to talk things over and regroup.
So again, huge thank you to the PSAL for sponsoring this live stream. You are watching PSAL action. To stay up to date with game schedules, results, player stats, and championship brackets, visit the PSAL's official website at www.psal.org. Want more highlights and full game coverage? Subscribe to the PSAL YouTube channel and catch all the action on demand. The tag is at NYCPSAL1903. And don't forget to follow the PSAL on social media at NYCPSAL on Instagram, X, and Threads. For the latest updates, stories, and highlights, that's at NYCPSAL. So, Mr. Polius.
Talk to me.
It's getting into that time. It's getting into that time.
Oh, absolutely. It's crunch time. And we also got to keep track of timeouts right there. That's Bryant's first time out there used in the second half. Those timeouts are going to be very important in the fourth quarter. And he drops back just out of the outstretched arms. Daniels had to throw that off his back foot as he did not feel the snap cleanly. It's going to be 3rd and 10. Oh, 3rd and 8, sorry. Yeah, we're getting the clock situated for you, so don't worry about it. There's about 33 seconds left to go here in this third quarter. All right, and here we go. The 4 wide receiver set. Bessie in the backfield by himself. Takes a snap. He runs to that left side again. Tries to outstretch. Good shoestring tackle right there by Narain.
He is a tremendous tackler. Won a big play there on a 3rd down to force a 4th and about, let's call it 4th and 3, 4th and 4.
That's how you end up top 2 in the 2A in tackles.
And the numbers are the numbers, but look at the situation there.
Because if he beats him, it's not just the first down. He's going down the sideline. He may not get to the end zone, but he's going to rip off a big chunk of yardage.
Just under 400 people watching live, and put your 4s up. It is time for the fourth quarter in this PSAL 2A championship, and when it's all knotted up, 16-16. Greg, this has been a great game, a contrast in styles, and you just have to give so much credit to Coach Clive Harden, man. He's back at Midwood. You know, some people say, oh, well, Wing T can't win a championship. He's trying to win his second in 4 years.
Which is impressive because I'm one of those people. I'm not even going to deny it. It's just, at least what I would think was an antiquated, brand of football. But here it is in a championship game, making headway.
You know, they had a battle in the semifinals, 12-6 over Springfield. Again, we know how WC Bryant earned their way here. 8-6, an emotional win over 1 seed Eagle Queens. One of these teams will be crowned champions in 12 minutes, and this is a big 4th down, man.
Dare I say this can change the complexion of the game. Kobiesi takes it. No, that's Raekwon Daniels, and he stops short.
Well, let's see the spot. Ooh, the referee spotted him short. It looks like he's a yard short, maybe half a yard short.
And referees,
let's see. It's not confirmed yet.
Referees look like they're on 2 different sides of the field. They looks like they're going to have to talk this over, but I don't think he got there.
Are they going to pull the chains out?
I think that's the right spot, and I don't think he got there, Dre. Yeah, that's going to be boys and girls ball on a turnover on downs.
And there's the official signal. The Kangaroos get the stop.
So now, the goal, if you're boys and girls, is, in my opinion, try to get into the end zone as quickly as possible. Let your defense do the work. Because now it's going to put Bryant at the back as opposed to trying to eat clock and get into the end zone. And then Bryant has the ability to tie the game, and you are running out of time, and then you end up in a situation where in order to try to either tie the game or win, you have to pass the ball.
Greg, I hear what you're saying, but yeah, I'm going to say it. This offense, they're designed for the tick, 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 tick. They want the clock to go off the board the way this offense runs. So not really a big play style of offense, but let's see.
Inside handoff, and Haran just running over people.
Ron trying to make a fool out of me, huh? Are we not a big play offense? Let me watch this. First down,
take this quick 25-yard run right here. He literally looks like a linebacker that runs the football.
Between him and Raekwon Daniels is two of the best athletes in this 2A, man.
Honestly, I give it right back to him.
He's been tremendous in this ball game, along with Bryce Moreno. Have a lot of options on this team, man.
It's Moreno and Narayan in the backfield right now as Lopez is getting a call. Takes the snap, hands it right back to him. And this time, that's a great job right there by Bryant. That's big number 77 in there.
Jason, number 13, was in on that tackle as well. WC Bryant trying to get tough. Greg, how many, I know it's only the beginning of the fourth quarter, but how many possessions are in this ball game?
I mean, when you have a team that runs the ball like this, the possessions become much fewer. So I say each team maybe has two to three more possessions. Max. Lopez gets in the center, takes a snap, hands it off to Moreno, and he's in the backfield. Shoestring tackle right there. Great job and great pursuit in the backfield. Fortunately, there's no number 28 on the roster. I would love to give credit.
It's a tremendous tackle. And what I love there, too, he kept his leverage. We always say if you're coming from the outside, keep your outside leverage. Force the runner in. So what does that mean? He attacked his outside shoulder. So if Mr. Moreno tried to go outside, he would have had him there. Force him inside, make him commit. Once he commits, you attack the inside. That's where your help is coming from.
Hey, we got third and long at the, what is that?
Well, the 43?
Yep, 43-yard line. And a double reverse, and Bryant not fooled at all. And you hear the energy from this crowd after they sniff that out. It's going to be fourth and long, and boys and girls are going to be forced to punt here.
It's tough playing from this WC Bryant team. They're going to get the ball with a chance to go up in this two-way championship. Mr. Polius is getting spicy.
It is getting spicy. I have Bryant people texting me that Bryant has us in the bag. So we'll see.
Oh, man. Is that the commentator curse? Let's see. Don't come for me on Monday in the podcast.
And another lofty snap. And it unfortunately takes a boys and girls roll.
I just don't know how that punt was not blocked. How was it not blocked?
Yeah, I'm confusion.
Hello, my name is Confusion. Man. And again, sound like a broken record for the fans. There are 3 phases of football. Man, Greg put the 3 up before I even started saying it. But it's so important.
I already knew it was coming.
Because to me, that's almost of course they get the ball back, but that's as close as a turnover. That punt easily should have been blocked. They should have had the ball, maybe even a touchdown if it's a scoop and score, or they would have had the ball on the 20-yard line. It's a huge missed opportunity.
Very different in starting at your, what is this?
The 39.
Yeah, versus their 20.
You know, to me, that's the equivalent of a dropped interception.
Might actually be worse because they were there.
Yeah. In that quarterback, okay, still Mr. Kobayashi. Thought 13 was lining up at quarterback. That would have been our fourth quarterback
Jason
of the day.
Feaster in the backfield with Kobesi. Man in motion. Kobesi takes it to the right side. And he's off to the races. Down the sideline. Big gain right there for quarterback Madi Kobesi.
He didn't run for 700 yards by accident, y'all. You see him putting the team on his back. It's winning time. And Kobesi, he's in for this moment, man. First down, WC Bryant.
What I loved about that is they put the running back as the lead blocker, and they had the receiver Buddha in motion. So you had two lead blockers, and Kobesi was able to find a hole and accelerate through it. Now Bryant with the momentum here inside the red zone. That's Lopez in at quarterback with Kobesi in the slot. Lopez runs right up the middle. Gets about 7 or 8 yards there.
It's a great job from the big boys up front. Mr. Lopez had a huge hole. And what do I say? The hardest thing to do in sports is to finish. You have to think here, Greg. If they failed to score a touchdown, would they see the ball back with the way boys and girls plays? Let's see. If you scored a touchdown, is it only one stop to be a two-way champion? Let's see.
Remember, I said 2 to 3 possessions max for each team. Lopez still in at shotgun. Here's a whistle. Timeout, boys and girls.
So again, huge thank you to the PSAL for sponsoring this live stream. You're watching PSAL action. To stay up to date with game schedules, results, player stats, and championship brackets, visit the PSAL's official website at www.psal.org. Want more highlights and full game coverage? Subscribe to the PSAL's YouTube channel and catch all the action on demand. The tag is at NYCPSAL1903. And don't forget to follow the PSAL on social media at NYCPSAL on Instagram, X, and Threads. For all the latest updates, stories, and highlights, follow NYCPSAL. Man, it's Queens versus Brooklyn. And the 4A, it's Staten Island versus Brooklyn.
As a Brooklyn native myself, you know I always want to see Brooklyn on top. But there's something to be said about a good upset run.
Yeah, you know, WC Bryant, they were 7-1 in the regular season because of their rating or their strength of schedule. They were the 4th seed in the playoffs, but they knocked off the undefeated, the almighty Eagle Queens. Let's see if they can cash their check here.
Lopez takes a snap, and he runs right. He has space, and he gets pushed out after getting the first down. They're going to get a new set of downs. It's going to be 1st and goal, Bryant.
Exciting stuff. You know, what's interesting, if you think of yesterday, Staten Island, congratulations to Patrides, they won the 1A. Then FJM, they win the 3A. So it's Staten Island 1, Brooklyn 1. Can Queens get on the board? If Queens gets on the board, the Battle of the Boroughs will be decided in that 4A championship at 1 o'clock.
You know, Staten Island would never let us forget it if they win 2 championships versus Brooklyn. Well, no. Patrides beat East Harlem, so that's Manhattan. So it wouldn't be 2 losses for Brooklyn.
You know, this is New York City. It's borough pride out here. Let's see if Queens can get it done.
Kobesi runs to the left. He gets to the outside. He has daylight. Touchdown, Bryant. Big time run right there from the senior.
Of course it had to be him. It's been him all season long. Now in this championship game, he punches it in for the Owls to regain the lead. What a player Mr. Mahadi Kobesi is, man.
Now, this might be the most important play of the game to this juncture. Because if you don't make this here, you give boys and girls some life.
We've seen it all the time in many different games. If it's an extra point, if it's a 2-point conversion, it's so important to count your pennies. Here we go. Crucial 2-point conversion.
Empty backfield. And it looked like a whole lot of miscommunications on both sides of the ball, and that 2-point conversion is no good. Now, Dre, I ask you, you just ran the ball so well. Why go empty there and throw the ball on a 2-point conversion that you actually need?
Like I just said, it's so important to count your pennies. And, I agree. You're very, very dominant on the ground. You just punched it in. Maybe they were hoping to catch boys and girls off guard with a pass. But now, just like you said, if I'm coming to this Kangaroo sideline, I'm looking at, Mr. Haran. I'm looking at Bryce Moreno. And I'm looking at each other. I'm saying, the door is open. Let's go grab this 2-way championship. .538 to go. Let's see how quickly boys and girls can move with the ball. If they take 3 minutes, if they take 4 minutes to score, it would only leave one more possession for Bryant.
And
let's see, a lot can happen in this ball game. A lot of twists and turns that still can happen.
If boys and girls does get in the end zone, they've looked unstoppable on their 2-point conversions.
WC Bryant faithful getting loud.
The good kick right there from the lefty boot. And the ball is dropped. Picked up. Can't go very far. Is able to get out of it. But he's still going to have this boys and girls offense starting inside their own 20.
Let me tell you something. I have been so impressed with number 77. Apologies for saying his name wrong, but Mr. Housen. I mean, he has been all over the field. He plays guard/tackle. He's been playing D-tackle, as you see him back on the field. He's running down the field on kickoff making tackles. Number 77 is a great ball player.
And here comes the quarterback, Lopez, to relay the plays from the sideline to the huddle. Bryant faithful getting their defense chance going.
Love the enthusiasm. I hear the drums over to the left as well, trying to rally on their team.
Hand off to Moreno, and he goes nowhere. And he's gang tackled for maybe 2.
I see Mr. Raekwon Daniels getting in on that tackle. I see big number 76 getting in on that tackle. It's going to be a group effort if you want to raise that trophy.
This is going to be the most important possession of the game for boys and girls because this might be their last possession of the game.
So let's see. I mean, tick, 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 tick. Clock is running. 4:53, 4:52. Let's see what happens, man.
And he drops back to throw. And the pass is dropped. Pass intended for number 11, Chris Falls. And you could see the Bryant sideline talking to their number 11, Adam, saying that you had position to jump that route because the ball had enough hang time.
Yeah, I tensed up. I thought it was another pick six, the way that ball was lofted out there. But, you got to bring that in. Again, it's a 3rd and 10. It's time for one of the boys and girls playmakers to step up here. But I will say, throwing it there does stop the clock.
That is true. Big time 3rd down right here. 3rd and 10 for boys and girls inside their 20. Lopez takes the snap, drops back, throws it in the middle field, and it's dropped. That was a good throw. Pass intended for the tight end, number 16, Nafis Clark.
And those are two plays that Coach Harding is going to want back. You know, just two opportunities for a first down.
That was a well-designed play, too.
Yeah, I mean, you know, it's raining. But, again, this is a championship game. You know, if you have to take off the gloves, as number 16 does, that's what you got to do.
Timeout, boys and girls. For 4th and 10, you have to go for it here. And if you don't get this first down, you are putting yourself in a position where your back is to your own end zone.
Here's what I'll say, though. I don't think you have to go for it. So they have 2 timeouts left, boys and girls. Pretty sure WC Bryant took that timeout.
No, it was boys and girls.
So boys and girls took a timeout.
Yep. Probably talking it over.
I don't understand. I feel like you should. In my opinion, you had your 3 timeouts. Punt the ball. Play defense.
Well, no, they took 1 timeout before that.
Okay, so they only have 1 timeout. Okay, got it. We'll update the graphics. So boys and girls only has 1 timeout.
And, you know, to an extent, I do agree with you because the ramifications of having a turnover on downs here is far too huge.
Yeah, you know, I feel like in these, you know, questions about should we go for it or, you know, I'm always like, that you can play defense, but now with less timeouts, you know, you got to think if you punted it here, if you get 2 stops, you call a timeout, maybe there's about 2:30 left. So they're going to gamble it all here with their offense on the field, Greg.
Drops back to pass. And it's incomplete as the ball cannot be held on to. Clark had it in his hands, and then on initial contact, he drops it on the way to the ground. Did not complete the catch.
It's just a tremendous effort from the WC Bryant secondary. I'm watching it back.
That was number 32, Edwin Abreu, in on the hit.
And it's just tremendous. It's just a tremendous play. Mr. Edwin Abreu, just like Greg just said, that could be the play of the day. Now, it's up to this offense. Can you, I'm not going to say close it out because there's still time left, but a 2-score lead at this juncture of the game, that's going to be tough for boys and girls to come back.
I'm going to tell you what the biggest and most important thing for this Bryant team is. No turnovers. Kobesi, and he goes down. But most importantly, he stays inbounds.
And what does that mean, Greg? Tick, 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 tick. You see, I tried to hand it off to you there, man.
You know, I missed it. I'm sorry. I missed it.
Threw my man the alley.
I missed
right
it.
through his hands.
We are under 4 minutes.
So we are under 4 minutes, and I love that head referee Adrisa just let us know that there is no stoppage for a 4-minute if there is an on-field clock. I love that.
He's given such great insight from the other perspective.
Yeah, and I have to give all credit to him. He was the one who personally reached out to me, and I've gotten great feedback on it. I really hope they can send up a referee for this 4A game.
Oh, that's dope that you got great feedback. I loved it. Like I said, it made the booth feel even more professional. Man in motion. Kobesi takes a snap. Gets a block, and he's still going. And he's still going. And he's taking out, it looks like what to be maybe the 1.5-yard line.
Man, number 16 from boys and girls, Mr. Clark had a beat on Kobayashi. Turf Monster got him, or he got tangled up with a blocker or something like that, and that's what has us first and goal. Bryant with the opportunity to put this into an unreachable state.
Bryant trying to deliver the dagger.
Boys and girls is trying to call a timeout. They finally get the attention.
And that is going to be their final timeout.
Timeout. Boys and girls, that is their third and final charge timeout.
That's going to be tough on a wing T offense with no timeouts. If for whatever reason they're able to get a stop here and get the ball back.
Listen, looking at this Bryant sideline, they're beginning to feel it a bit. They're beginning to believe. I see the cheerleaders there going.
At this point, I got to wonder if my friend who texted me knew something I didn't.
Yeah, he called it from early. Boys and girls still has an opportunity here, though. You could punch the ball out. It's slippery down there. Thankfully, we're in a booth. I'm trying to see if the rain is coming down. It doesn't. I see people are holding up their umbrella, but I don't see rain coming down yet. I think there's more rain scheduled at 1 p.m. I know all of Brooklyn is watching, hoping that their guys can get this win. They're going to have to pull off something very, very incredible. First and goal from the 2-yard line, and Kobe Essie has been looking unstoppable.
Do you bring the house here?
First and goal at the 2.
I
On
would.
the center, and it's the sneak. And he's into the end zone. Touchdown, Bryant. Kobesi with his second touchdown of this fourth quarter, putting his mark on this game and looking to take the championship back to Queens as Bryant goes up 2 scores here in this 2A championship game.
12-point lead. 2:07 left. That could have been the dagger. That could have been the Arya Stark dagger against the White Walkers. WC Bryant, if you know, you know. WC Bryant putting the cherry on top here. 2-point conversion.
And it's going to be no good. 2-point conversion attempt by Jason Fester was no good. And Bryant up 28-16 with boys and girls having just about 2 minutes to try to mount a comeback.
Here's the thing. It's not over yet, but with this wing T offense, it's hard to get yards in bunches. What we haven't seen yet from boys and girls, we haven't seen a screen. So maybe we can go to a screen action to number 4, Mr. Moreno, get him on the outside. They've tried the counter. They've tried the double handoff. The Owls have been all over it. Maybe a double pass to get some trickery because they need yards, and they need yards as quickly as they can get them.
I'll say this. The one thing we do have to watch for is Lopez putting too much air under the ball on that screen.
That is true. Coach Harden's going to have to dig deep into the toy chest and get something for this Kangaroo team to be champions.
Gotta assume they're kicking deep, gonna make boys and girls go the length of the field. And here it is. And gets hit hard.
By what number?
Number 77. Call that number a lot today.
Tremendous performance. There is a flag on the play. In the area of holding, possibly.
Let's see, wait to see what the refs call here. You know, Dre, I fully expected to come here and be outside. I wore my long johns with my long socks. And the heat here at this booth has been amazing.
Let me tell you something. That's how you know Greg is a prima donna. He's the talent. He's talking about, oh, man, I came up into this nice little booth. It's warm. It's toasty. You guys have a water for me? Me and producers, lugging up the equipment up here, 8 a.m. You see, look at this guy, man.
Listen.
Prima donnas.
Hey, I come here to do a job, and I do my job. That's what matters.
And no one does it like Mr. Police, let me tell you.
Okay. Let's see. This is interesting. We have Lopez in the shotgun for what looks like the first time this half. He drops back, looks left, and he's hit hard. Offensive lineman gets it, and he's taken out. Lopez is down.
Now, I wish we had ref Idrissa. They don't have a timeout left. So how does this work? Is there a runoff?
No, I don't think it's a runoff. I think it's just an injury timeout at this level.
Yes, okay.
Yeah, there you go. Officials timeout.
There you go.
As always, we're proud to bring you this live stream brought to you by PSAL. And as you know, you're watching PSAL action. In order to stay up to date with the game schedules, results, player stats, and championship brackets, visit the official PSAL website at www.psal.org. Want more highlights and full game coverage? Subscribe to the PSAL YouTube channel and catch all the action on demand. The tag is NYCPSAL1903. And don't forget to follow the PSAL on social media at NYCPSAL on Instagram, X, and Threads for the latest updates, stories, and highlights. That's at NYCPSAL. Shout out to the sponsors.
Shout out to the sponsors. Shout out to the PSAL. You know, they do a ton of work behind the scenes to make sure all of us can enjoy this championship Sunday. So much to coordinate. So shout out to the whole team behind the PSAL.
Now, Dre, remember how I said I'm one of those guys that said the wing tee offense is not really championship worthy, and he's proven me wrong in this game? That is one of the issues you run into with a wing tee when you're in forced throwing situations and your team and your quarterback is not used to dropping back. Again, that was his first time in shotgun. He thought he had way more time than he did.
So let's see, coming in at quarterback, looks like it's going to be number 3, Mr. Heron.
Bit of a wildcat action, seems like. No, that looks like it's number 24.
Oh, he's taking a snap.
Lamont Walker. And he's still on his feet. But they got to hurry. They got to move with a sense of urgency.
Yeah,
the time is not their friend.
Signaling them to run back. I mean, you got a player walking back. I mean, you got to run back here. Championship's on the line. You have no timeouts.
I mean, backup quarterback in here, just run what you know at this point.
3rd and 1.
And he looks to pass. And he's taken down by who else but number 50, Raekwon Daniels. And he's down. It's going to be another official's timeout as Walker is on the turf still.
Hopefully the young men are okay. 2 Kangaroos going down in about 3 plays. So again, we like to take the camera off of the young men while they're getting some treatment.
Now, let me ask you this. Is this the most improbable run of all the divisions by WC Bryant?
Well, if we're only comparing the divisions, then yes. And honestly, I think some people from WC Bryant might even take offense to that because, this team was 7-1. They lost to Eagle Queens the first time without their quarterback, Kobayashi. So they might say, hey, yeah, we're listed as a 4 seed, but we're not a regular 4 seed. We felt like we had a great chance, even though the world was picking up against us. And when we played against Eagle Queens, Now we're coming up against a tough boys and girls team. Now you guys want to say it's tough to beat a team twice, but let me show you something here. So this WC Bryant team, they've come from Queens, and they have definitely made a name for themselves here at Midwood Field.
This is the game right here. 4th and short. 3 down linemen for Bryant. And Lopez is back in there in a shotgun. Takes the snap, drops back, looks right, throws. And incomplete. That's going to be a turnover on downs. WC Bryant, all they have to do is take a knee.
Mark 1 on the board for Queens. It's only a formality at this point. I don't even see. Does WC Bryant not realize it? They're not jumping up yet.
I don't think
maybe
they
they're
realize
still locked in.
I don't think they realize it.
I mean, that's a different level. That's an ultra instinct level of locked in that you don't realize you are 1 knee away from being a 2A champion. I'm not sure if the fans realize it either.
And now they do. And as they turn to the fans, the realization has set in. WC Bryant, all they have to do is take a knee.
Man, where's this knee at, Greg?
It is taking a little while to get this play call.
It's the easiest play call in the world. The victory formation.
They're not about to run a play. I know they're not about to run a play. Oh, it could be the seniors giving their last, hurrah in the huddle. There it is. WC Bryant Owls are your New York City PSAL 2A champions with a 28-16 victory over the Kangaroos of boys and girls. Congratulations to Coach Vinny and all the players at WC Bryant on their victory.
Just a tremendous effort. It's so deserved. They beat the 1 seed. They beat the 2 seed. How could you say they don't deserve to be champions? 7-1 in the regular season, and then they beat the top 2 teams in the division, and now they are sitting at the mountaintop. Congratulations to WC Bryant. It's just tremendous, tremendous, tremendous effort. And congratulations to Coach Clive and boys and girls. A tremendous season, making it all the way back to the championship game. Fell a little short, but I think this team does have a bright future. We are going to go silent, we're going to go to the stadium announcer as we will run through the post-game ceremony. But as you guys should know, it's the big one at 1 p.m. Number 1 Tottenville trying to finish the undefeated season. Number 2 Erasmus Hall trying to make it 6 out of 7. And it's going to be live here at Sage Media. This is Andre Johnson and Greg Polius on the call. We will stay live for the post-game ceremony. See you at 1 p.m.
Your attention, please, ladies and gentlemen. At this time, we direct your attention to the field, where PSAL sports coordinators, Mr. Sam Deutsch and Mr. Solomon Fisher-Smith, will present the 2025 PSAL 2A Conference Football Finalist Award to the Kangaroos of Boys and Girls High School head coach Clive Harding. And now, here they are, the 2025 New York City PSAL 2A Conference winners, the Owls from William Cullen Bryant High School. Head coach Vincenzo Donato. And now, here it is to hang in the school for all time, the PSAL Championship banner. Ladies and gentlemen, while the final photos are being taken, a reminder from school safety, please be very careful as you negotiate the bleachers. With starting to rain, things are starting to get slippery. Also, be very careful as you exit onto the street. There are a lot of cars out here today. Our next game featuring Tottenville and Erasmus Hall is coming up next. For those of you that are leaving, please have a safe journey home, ladies and gentlemen. Have a happy rest of your Sunday.